Weird. But no, we've grown as a family and we've grown as friends.
We have outlived existence in just short of a decade, but manifested wisdom beyond centuries. Struggles that wear down beautifully paved roads.
Tears, christening the faces of newborn leaders.
Philosophies, silencing the rooms of scholars.
Determination, tiring the stance of obstacles.
And success. Success that feeds impossible realities. They will talk about us like they talked about the kings and queens of England and Ethiopia. Tell them we are royalty in our own right. Took the bloody scarlet from this school and made it cough up snow so that white is no longer a tint but a symbol of the purity that lies within each of us, that lies within each of you.
Please, don't mistake the grandeur of these honey words as a golden shade of vanity, but believe that in order to pick up 2 generations at the same time, you must love self, so you can love what our history has done and what our future has yet to become.
I got a question though.
What?
What's 365 times 4, Shamoore?
Finals are over, Howard.
Break that down.
1,460
Days.
35,040
Hours.
2,102,400
Minutes.
and an infinite amount of sleepless nights, red eyes and tears, battles with fears, and constant thoughts of what ifs. What if we didn't make it here? What if a man who provoked people to take moments of silence didn't walk the same streets as a crimson and cream colored woman with a voice so loud it comfortably carried the weight of our graduating class?
What if an Atlanta-bred stylist who bled black and gold didn't come across a Texan virtuous enough to lead sinners to the Bible so they could become redeemed saints?
Who would have thought that our Texas-born leader would have fixed his head to a body comprised of activists and politicians passionate enough to challenge faculties and deans, tell them we're kings and queens, tell them that our class is worth more than some class rings. You could never walk a mile in her shoes because she's left imprints on these city streets. They whisper sweet Brigitte. They scream for reform and the straightening of public affairs, because what's a real education to a student whose stomach growls louder than this city?
Every day we bruise the concrete with our emphatic footsteps, reminding it of the legacy of the weight that our legacies carry. But that same concrete uplifts a woman. That same concrete uplifts a woman who listens to Kanye West, but never became a college dropout when she bore a child so beautiful that angels sang melodies. I say that same concrete uplifts a woman with Brooklyn pride, but never allowed her surroundings to become her demise. Instead, she strived further north to shine like the North Star.
No one knew that the little girl from the Bronx would find her house at this school and use every event as a tool for bringing homies together. I never knew she would hunt for a film and TV major whose smile is broader than 7 seas. Don't you see? No matter the weather, we take delight in being each other's light.
But what y'all know about that Harlem shake and struggle? That NY hustle and bustle. Let my brother who towers over you at 6'1" tell you of his hustle for funds. Not hustle for fun, I said hustle for funds. His fellow Caribbean princess bows her wild crown of Puerto Rican dark locks to no man, because she reps Philly on her chest while she comfortably carries the beautiful burden of valued education on her every breath.
It doesn't take a Bible, Quran, mosque, church, or even a prophet to know that we have been divinely placed here. I know my girl from the same state as Miss Lauryn Hill will not let the ignorant miseducate her on her walk through womanhood. My ivy-laden Haitian stepped ambitiously into the history of laid hair and the likes of Maya Angelou and Mrs. King herself. Their voices are louder than a bomb and foresight, testing the faith of prophets.
In my time here, I have walked alongside a girl who prefers to fly. To soar as if she's half mockingbird, half Jordan. Someone who knows how to speak more languages than there are vowels. She's taught me to rest my head in Cameroon while my feet soak in Parisian waters and my tongue drowns in butter-laden delicacies. Her accent mimics the one that sits above the name of a man who ventured all the way to Australia just so he could compliment his Puerto Rican capillaries. Go ahead and mispronounce the accent in his name, but don't you dare mistake his glory for anything less than Cassius in his prime. Dub him as Martin X or Malcolm Luther King Jr.
Memories as warm as Miami's heat burn into my mind every time I think about the way she illuminates her classrooms. The rays from her smile spaz out peace and love that embody my Chicago-born, Jamaican bred.
What you must understand is that only here will you find my Kemo-Sabe with hands as tough as the studs on his cleats, but a spirit as sweet as Atlanta's tea. TT marks the initials of a woman with more brains than Georgia has peaches, than new homes have leases, than classrooms have teachers.
Teach me how to be as regal as her. She reigns with a swagger meaner than any royal, and stands tall not as First Lady, but as Madame President, because Ghana is her heart as she tirelessly rocks that beautiful black star. She wears the beauty of Africa and international love proudly on her chest, as her convictions range from Texas all the way to Geneva, Switzerland. Don't mistake her sweet demeanor for weakness. Amen. Her people, birthed the likes of Ethiopian royalty.
There will be coyotes trying to run our road into the ground and blow us up. But that's not the concern here. For I was taught that blowing up only means I get closer to heaven and my innocent childlike aspirations. We are not friends.
We're crutches.
Crutches who fit snug into our fragile and crippled selves.
Starch that irons out each other's wrinkles.
The push that can birth cries of greatness. We must fire our arms open and receive each other. The journey does not stop here. The testimonies do not stop here. The success does not stop here. Strive is not singular. It is a plural of 2014 voices struggling and succeeding among harmonious symphonies so loud they awake dormant Boston winters.
And burst through these tunnels that looked as if no light were at the end.
Just wait on it. Before the sun sets over that beautifully crafted horizon, an illumination that embodies the endlessness of our potential life.
Before winter chills humanity to the bone and the soil makes dust of our smiling skeletons.
Before we cease to be the ink on pages of history, let us take the road less traveled and make it the only option for being the caretakers of humanity.